Hey guys, what's up? Long time no see. Have lots to catch up on, so let's just jump right into it. Alright guys, like I said, it's been a while. Been doing a lot of racing actually. I just really haven't been on recording anything. Really haven't had a chance during the summer. My son, little Vic, he kind of got into it and he was doing pretty good. So I was really just concentrating on trying to progress with him and get him going. Now school started, so his racing's kind of slowed down. He's very involved in school, which I'm very proud of. So I would rather him do that, and then we can always catch up on some RC racing. So we have been doing a lot of RC racing. If you're local, you've seen me around and everything. I appreciate everybody shouting out and saying they watch the videos and everything. But yeah, I just kind of really just been laying back a little bit, racing quite a bit, but not as many classes. I really wanted to focus in on trying to get dialed in. I feel like I lost kind of my rhythm, and I was kind of just trying to really focus back really on Little Vic and then concentrating on setups. And doing that, it kind of helped me bring things back to basic. You know, there for a little bit, when you start getting really detailed hard into racing, you kind of lose sight of some of the basic stuff. And teaching Vic and trying to teach Vic and doing all that stuff really kind of helped me bring it back. And in reality, I mean, been doing a lot of Traxxas racing. Kind of picked up. I put Victor in the mud boss that we had, and then I picked up another one and kind of racing. He was racing in the novice, and I was racing in the mud boss. So then Ben, my buddy Ben, has really been focusing a lot on the cars. He puts a lot of time into these cars, a lot of effort when it comes to the details that we put into these other cars. You know, the built cars, purposely built cars. And it's been really fun. Be honest, the maintenance is still there, which means a lot, especially in a spec class like that. But the tire wear and the fact that you can pretty much just get the car and throw it down and make laps, and tires last forever. I mean, it's a win-win situation. It's been like, I work a lot, so sometimes it's easy just to, hey, let's go take these mud bosses and go race. And it's been pretty fun actually. So that's kind of where we're at. I've been doing a lot of racing. Victor progressed with the mud boss right here. He's been doing very well. Then we started introducing some adjustable arms for the single purpose of getting him used to that rear steer and the initiation into the turns, trying to learn throttle control. So then we kind of put him into the late model, and he did very, very well. It's just a 13.5, but she ain't no bitch. The 13.5, she runs really good. Shout out to Power Products, Mark Fulton, with setting me up with my motors. But at the end of the day, it's kind of fun. It's kind of like the same thing as mud boss. You put a 13.5 in, the car doesn't do all kinds of crazy stuff. You don't overpower the car. The car doesn't get all jacked up and does all crazy stuff. It's really, really fun. It's so fun that one night, I think there was a bunch of open late models out there, and I rode my 13.5, put 2 laps on the field. I really enjoyed it. It kind of makes me think about all these 6.0s, 6.5, 7.0s motors that you put in. Obviously, there's a trick to all of that, but when you put a nice, consistent motor, you can be competitive. So yeah, I've been racing a lot of series. So locally, we have between Indy and Thompson's, they have this, I forgot what it's called, some series, point series. And so I've been running that on 10.5. I've been doing very well in that. Victor's been running that a little bit. And then we've been running and chasing a WFO. Yeah, shout out to my boy Steve Crane. They've been doing very well with that series. It really reminds me back of the days whenever we had the RC Pro Series. When RC Pro Series was like something. No offense to anyone, but it's kind of faded out. I know there's been different people running that deal, so it's kind of lost its deal. So it's been really, really good. So we've been chasing that. everywhere. We missed a couple of races somewhere, but yeah. So now we have the WFO race coming up to Indy. Been also racing a point series race. I think I mentioned that between here and locally. So we've been running that, doing a lot of 10-5 race. Yeah, just really just trying to focus on Little Vic, try to get him going. Did really good, so I think whenever he gets back into it, he should be in a really good spot. So yeah, so that's where we're at. I want to say everybody thank you who's been watching and people who come up with the track. I really enjoy y'all coming up to me. I obviously haven't done YouTube in a while, so you know, it kind of takes me by surprise when people bring it up, but it's all good. So to the current situation now, so we are here getting another car ready. I told you we've been doing a lot of Traxxas racing. So I recently bought, so around this time, my videos will be like, hey, it's Chili Bowl crunch time. Well, it is and it isn't. We did sign up for the Chili Bowl. We are gonna run, I'm running sprint car and late model. And then they added a shootout for the Mud Boss because everybody been asking, hey, let's do a Mud Boss shootout. We should put Mud Boss in Chili Bowl, and they haven't. Well, now they made their own event. It's the week prior to Chili Bowl, and I really thought people were gonna, because it's very, very popular. And right now we're only like 60 entries maybe out of 300. Come on, guys. So we signed up for that. So now we got to get ready for that. So being the competitive that we are, and knowing that you can only do so much with these cars, and we've been doing decent with these Traxxas cars. That's what I'm talking about. Went ahead and entered a couple of classes. Little Vic's gonna go with me for that week. He can't miss too much school, so he'll be only going for that week, and then I'll be staying for the Chili Bowl. So it's 2 weeks of racing away from home. It's gonna be kind of wild, kind of expensive, but we're all about it, so we're gonna be about it. So that brings us to where we're at. So even though we're running a series, whatever, this is the time to start putting together some cars. So of course, reach out to Ben, like, hey, you got an extra car? So I think I signed up for the big block Mud Boss, which is pretty much all spec rules as everything else, but you can use a different rim and you can use 2 different tires. You got to use a blinky mode, ESC. I think it's got to be locked, so I'm thinking it's like just stock, and any 10.5 that's roar approved. So we signed up for that, and then I signed up for the Slash Superstock, Street Superstock, something like that. So that's where we're at right now. Let's turn around and see what we got. All right, so here we got is pretty much a 2-wheel drive Slash. This is fresh out of the Reina Motorsports garage. It has been gone through. As you can see, springs have been cut down to what legal we can't. Everything is legit. I know in this particular class you can run an LCG chassis, meaning it's not as tall. I should have brought the other one in comparison. But if you're a Traxxas guy, you know that there's 2 different types of chassis. There's one that's taller, this one's lower center of gravity. So we are running the low center of gravity. Like I said, this car has just been refreshened up by Ben. It's got all the little goodies in it. And we also went down to the Traxxas headquarters, and we got a bunch of parts. We got some tires, and we are gluing up tires over there. So I just kind of just wanted to start back fresh on documenting this deal. You can call it Chili Bowl crunch time, whatever it is, but it's about that time. Now, for Chili Bowl, like I said before, I knew it. I knew that people do things for a reason, things happen for a reason, and it's all good. SC Mod has died out. Whether we like to hear it or not, it's dead. Like Midwest Mod around here. is dead. Now they do show up to some of the big races, both of them, but the counts are low. Late model has been kind of fading off, so, but there's still some around. But for the Chili Bowl, they're out this year, so we will not be running a late. I'm sorry, the SC mods are out this year at the Chili Bowl. So, which I kind of seen that coming. And what do you think they put in there? Right, midgets. I mean, obviously, they build some really good stuff, and now they've come out with their own tires. So what do you think happened after that? Spec tires. So we got ourselves a set of quasi speed tires, which are their spec tires for Sprint late model. So we got a couple of those. We're gonna be putting those up. So from here on out, it's all about trying to figure the tire out. I've been running 13.5, so I want to put a different motor in it. Like I said, I kind of saw what we can do with the smaller motor, and I've seen like Doug Gott run 10.5 and just killing them guys, and I can see why. So we're going to be practicing and trying to get our cars set up for that. So from here on out, we're still going to be racing, but after these couple of big races, not only that, we got the SJD Southern Nats coming up again. Shout out to my boy Robert and Kevin, who we all three of us are trying to put this together. So we got some things coming up with that. But after that, we're going to pretty much be running out at Palestine, I guess, Thunderbird RC Speedway. Shout out to Jay. He's got a really nice track set up. Shade starts hitting around 5 o'clock. It's great. Unfortunately, right now, I'm kind of in the point races, so I haven't been over there that much. But loose start is where we want to be. That's what we want to practice for, especially with all these tires and these cars. That's what we'll be running. So that's what we're doing. So let's jump into this car and we'll show what we got going on. All right, so on this Slash Superstock, there's a lot of strict rules about what you can and can't use and stuff like that. And so the Slash Superstock, we're going to pretty much shout out to MR Customs, who's always been there for me, who've come on board a couple of years now, and we got a shipment of bodies that came in. So I'll be showing, I have another, my Mud Boss, which we'll get into that here in a minute. I have another car out with Ben that's getting ready to, it's getting revamped, refreshed. So Ben went through this car for me, and then I'm pretty much gonna just use as much of the stock stuff you can, which you have to anyways, but what I mean is the bumper. So check it out. All right, so this is your traditional bumper that comes with the Slash Superstock. You see this right here, it has the thing down, because the traditional Mud Boss body comes up like this, comes like that. So that's perfect. So you just flip this body up, this mount upside down. But we're gonna be removing that. We're gonna be putting this. This usually goes like this, but we're gonna go ahead and flip it upside down. And then we're gonna trim, to my understanding, we're gonna trim all of this stuff off, and that should be a pretty good mounting position, or at least a bumper for the cars. Now, I know that we can use these two are pretty much set up already for the body and that one, but to me it feels like it's gonna be kind of left here, so we might put a body mount or something on here, depends. So this is first one to get the car going, and we are gonna put this on, and then we're gonna get to the phase. Once we get the car going, we're gonna go ahead and fit the body on there and start cutting it out. So let's jump into it. All right, so there you go. So you have it. So now we have cut this piece out that usually goes right here, and we have mounted the bumper. It's a little flexible, not too bad, but bumper's a little used and abused. I mean, I bought this truck used, and we put it together. Ben's been through it, really smooth. So that's that. So now let's get to the drivetrain. All right, so this is what we got. We got the pretty much a just stock brush setup, Hobby Wing setup. It's a 13.5, but this is that our class, local class rules use 13.5, and obviously for Chili Bowl, it will, for the shootout will be 10.5. So this will get us started. help get the car set up, and then we have the 10.5 on the way. And no, actually I gotta order it, but we'll have it here as soon as possible and throw it in this bad boy and start making some laps. But for now, let's open this up. So there you go, 13.5, and then the just stock. So obviously the just stock is pretty much it. You can't add any timing or anything, very minimal. It's pretty much locked. So yeah, so let's open this up and we'll get these situated and mounted. All right, guys, we're back. It is currently the next day. Unfortunately, last night got called off to work, so I had to go to work, didn't get back to about 2 o'clock in the morning. Whole ordeal, messed up pretty much my day. But we're back in here working on the car. Where we left off yesterday, we were starting to unwrap the motor, ESC, and everything. So I'm always trying to be very kind of meticulous on how I put my stuff in. I used to just kind of like bunch up the wires and try to just zip tie them. But then I bought the right tools and everything I needed to be able to shorten the wires, like on my ESC, my servo, just trying to make everything out nice and neat. So we got all that done, just really trying to find a good location. Went ahead and wired it up, put a motor in it, and then we came across a problem with the transmission. Transmission was just kind of wore out and shot. So we went ahead and took it apart. There's no fault to anybody, it was just wore out, and I just didn't like it. It was kind of, when you tighten it up, the motor kind of, it's all plastic, right? So let me check it out. All right, so here's the old one. This piece right here is just flexing a lot. That's where it mounts up right here. So we already had a new one, a series of parts that we had bought when we went to Traxxas. So now it's got a black diff case, it's all brand new. Per the rules, I think it's supposed to have like all stock stuff. I know a lot of people were running that heavy duty drive shafts, but we are aiming to go for the shootout and all the rules and just make sure we comply. So we put all the stock stuff back in it. Plus, not only that, the other one's kind of binding here a little bit. Wasn't too bad, but we went ahead and replaced those. So as you can see, the car has been wired up, it's ready to go. Did some soldering. Obviously it's not the best, but it'll hold. Plus, you can only do so much when you're blind or going blind. Got the tires all glued up, so now we'll start the process of cleaning these up and scuffing them up, rolling them, and then start breaking them in. And we have another another set of tires we want to do. These are I believe these are the stock tires, so stock compound. We got a set of S1s we want to glue up. So yeah, there it is. All right, so up next we're gonna have is the body, but that'll be for the next episode. I'm not gonna spend too much time on cutting it out because for now I'm really just trying to get it done, put together. We are just gonna do the basic black and white body paint scheme that we do for most of my cars, and then we're trying to get some stickers laid out. But for now, this is it. We're getting ready for Indy. Talked to Ben the last couple of days, so we'll really be talking throughout this whole week. He has my other Mud Boss there, the BL Mud Boss, which is another stock motor that we're running. And then he has my other Mud Boss that I'm going to run in the shootout, which is the big block Mud Boss. And that one will have the same ESC, but it'll have a open 10.5 motor, I think. I'm not very sure, so we're trying to figure it out. So it's crunch time. I'm trying to get this stuff ready for this weekend. Sprint car's ready to go. Yeah, just a lot of things to do, very short time. So we're gonna end off this video today. We're gonna try to keep uploading here on a regular basis. Yeah, just try to make some more videos again and just kind of vlog of our racing. So thanks for hanging in there with me. I know we lost a couple of subscribers, but it is what it is. I understand people waiting, just can't get to it. But if you see me around, say shout out, come talk to me. I'm all ears. If you need any help, I'll help out as much as I can. So that's it for now. So we'll see you on the next one. Peace.